Championship Boxing this Saturday to be held at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool, England. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Riyadh Season, 32 Red, and Unibet. This great event will be shown live in the UK on TNT Sports and also in the United States on ESPN+. Tickets can be purchased through Ticket Quarter, Ticketmaster, and the M&S Bank Arena box office. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our main event this Saturday, it is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World. Let's now welcome the participants, beginning with the challenger. Coming to us from Santa Ana, California, USA. He brings a professional record consisting of 34 wins, 4 defeats, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former two-time world title challenger, Ronny Rios. And now let's welcome the defending world champion from right here, Liverpool, England, undefeated with 20 wins, 1 draw, 11 of his 20 wins coming by way of knockout this Saturday in his first world title defense. Let's welcome the reigning and defending WBA featherweight champion of the world, Nick the Wrecking Ball. And we are also joined here today by the head trainer and manager of Nick Ball, Mr. Paul Stevenson. The manager of Ronny Rios, Mr. Roberto Diaz. And of Queensberry Promotions, Mr. George Warren. Let's now once again welcome your host, Mr. Dev Sani.
Thank you, Thomas Treiber. Great intros, as always, Thomas Treiber. Well, thank you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, the main event press conference ahead of the main event on Saturday night. The return, the homecoming of Liverpool's new hero, the unbeaten Nick the Wrecking Ball, defending that WBA World Featherweight title against this man here, Ronny Rios. His third attempt at a world title, and he believes this time he will leave with the gold. Let's begin with George Warren of Queensberry. And George, great to see you. What a brilliant show. We're bringing World Championship Boxing back to Liverpool. It's been a while. It's a great show top to bottom. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. Firstly, I can't believe you're getting an introduction. That's going wrong. But anyway, no, look, this is all possible because of this guy here, because of Nick Ball, Britain's latest world champion, a phenomenal fighter that took the opportunities that were presented to him with both hands, has, just for me, constantly showed what a world-class operator he is. And some of those performances, I was doing an interview before and I've just said it, you know, people forget, even before the fights in Riyadh, Isaac Dogbay, then the performance against Ray Vargas where he was robbed and deserved to come away with that WBC title that night. I think the judges got that seriously wrong. And to overcome that and then 10 weeks notice going against a legit quality world-class fighter in Ray Ford and put on the performance that he did. This guy, in my opinion, is one of the most exciting boxers, not just in this country, but in the world. And Liverpool should be very proud of what he's going to be able to go off and do and achieve in his career. He's a phenomenal fighter, great attitude, and for any young fighter, this is someone that you should be looking to because hard work, dedication in the gym. He's got a great team led by Paul here who have believed in him since day one. And now this city's going to capitalise and we are going to grow this sport up to what it can be in Liverpool, and it's going to be spearheaded by this guy. I want to thank Roberto, our good friend over there, for helping us to make this fight. And, obviously we wish Ronnie all the best on the night. But that he's, for me, the only one that wins this is Nick Bull. And I'm just so excited to see him back in the ring. He is undoubtedly one of the most exciting fighters in world boxing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy an amazing, amazing night of boxing on Saturday night.
One final one, George. Just a nod to Nick's growing star power. We saw him at Anfield last night. You had Liverpool posting about him. He was doing interviews before the fight. It seems like he's a real growing star in British sport. Yeah,
look, again, it's down to what he's been doing and what he's achieved in the ring. His personality shining through. He's not the most talkative. I share that with Nick, so I can relate to that. But look, he's a phenomenal fighter. Dedicated, works hard, ferocious in there, explosive. The mini Mike Tyson that he was getting called in the commentary in his last couple of performances. And, for me, I'm just proud of what he's gone on and achieved so far. There is so much more ahead for him, I believe. If he can get through this, he's got to be good on Saturday night. He's got to concentrate. He's coming with a live opponent that's going to come here and try and upset things. And, Ronnie has been in with world-class fighters, and he's shown that he's at that world-class level. So Nick knows that he's got to be absolutely bang on. And, look, we've got a great card underneath. Jack Rafferty, Henry Turner is a quality British fight. That is what British title fights are all about. A vacant title, it's as competitive as it can be. And, the array of talent that we've got currently in Liverpool under our roster, I'm just so excited about it. Even our adopted Liverpudlian Jada, who's sitting over there, who was pretty excited in his press conference just now. But look, there's just so much to be excited about, not just for Liverpool boxing, for British boxing, and it's great to be back here. And as I say, roll on Saturday.
Great stuff. Thank you, George Warren. Great to see you up here. Robert Diaz, great to see you up here as well. I mean, it adds an extra big fight feel when Robert Diaz is in town. Tell me about your man, Ronny Rios here. Why is this the right fight at the right time?
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank Queensberry. I want to thank Frank Warren for making this possible. Nick, thanks for the opportunity. You guys have a great champion. Obviously, he's undefeated. He's done things right. He deserves his homecoming. Unfortunately for him, he picked the wrong opponent. I've known Ronnie for many, many years. He took some time off. And really, when he called me to say, I want to fight again, let's do it one more time, it was for the right reasons. It wasn't a money thing. It was to win the world title. One thing you have to remember is you can't fast forward into experience. Again, Nick has done a tremendous job. He's a champion for a reason. He's undefeated. He brings what we can say is very exciting style. It's a Mexican style. The difference here is he has an opponent that doesn't go back up. This is a Mexican, not Mexican style, but a Mexican. On Saturday night, one thing I can guarantee, they will meet in the center of the ring. They'll come straight at each other, and the fans will get a great fight. And that title is going home, back to California, and we'll do the rematch, hopefully in Riyadh.
Thank you, Robert Diaz. Let's bring in Paul Stevenson, because you would have been part of the decision-making process, of course, in the opponent's selection in Ronny Rios here. Robert Diaz says you've made a mistake. You picked the wrong one. Tell us your thoughts.
I mean, there's talk of rematches and things like that, but Ronny Rios is a good operator, so we like him for a good reason. He's going to come to fight. His style, his record, everything suggests that. And, he's got a good world rank. I think he's ranked 7th in the organisation in the WBA. So, and we want to, Nick wants to test himself against all these styles. So I hope he's as good as, as we think he is. And he really does come to fight. The better he is, I believe, the better you'll see from Nick. Nick, the job he's been doing already against these world level fighters is one thing, but now that he's champion, watch the confidence, watch the rise of Nick Ball over this fight. We're not looking past Ronnie, and I certainly am not. Nick's not underestimating him, and I'm not. But watch Nick rise over these next years and next defences, and we'll see the start of it on Saturday night.
Does Ronny Rios bring anything different? Anything that Nick hasn't seen before?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, but let's just see. He's a good fighter, Ronny Rios. He's very well rounded. He goes to the body well. He's a good fighter. We have a lot of respect for him. That's why we like this fight, as an opponent. But I believe he'll suit Nick, to be honest. And that anybody a lot of people have a plan when they go in with Nick, and they think, oh, I'll try this and I'll try that, and then they find that Nick is highly skilled in a lot of subtle ways that maybe to the untrained eye you might not see, but believe me, we see it, we've done it, we're building it, all of us. And so, people have a way of being surprised by Nick once the bell goes, so I'm sure that's what's going to be happening on the night.
One final one for you, Paul. You must be proud to be bringing big-time boxing back to Liverpool. So many of your fighters featuring on Saturday night. It must be quite a moment for you. Yeah,
it's great. I mean, there's five of my fighters, our fighters on the bill. But these fighters are they're bringing something. Like people say, Nick doesn't have a great deal to say or whatever. What do you want to watch? You want to listen to someone gab, or do you want to watch him fight? He's one of the most exciting things you could watch in a boxing ring. He's pleasing on the eye, he's explosive, he's going for it. And, if there were more people like that in boxing would be in a better place. So for the gym, of course, brilliant. The lads are getting what they deserved. I've spoken to these boxers, obviously, about these type of nights coming, which we're in now. And now they're seeing it happen. When Nick won that title in Riyadh, all his gym mates are sitting there 5 feet away ringside while his hand's getting raised, while they're shouting the new. They're seeing it happen. They're seeing it come true for Nick, and they're right behind him. And this great show, which George and Frank and the team have put on for Nick and the lads, it's been an absolute shot in the arm for Liverpool boxing. So, yeah, it's great for us, and we're so happy to be doing it.
Great stuff. Thanks, Paul. Let's speak to the challenger, Ronny Rios. You have wanted to become a world champion since the age of 13. Here it is. There is the belt sat across you. Big opportunity, a big moment. Tell us your thoughts.
First and foremost, I want to thank Queensberry for giving me the opportunity. I want to thank Nick Ball for obviously, giving me the opportunity as well. And yeah, this is my third attempt, and we have we got a good fight in front of us. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is the fights that I get up for, and this is the fights that motivate me. Like I was telling somebody earlier, I've always wanted to test myself. In my eyes, Nick Ball is one of the best fighters at 126. So I want to test myself. I want to see where I stand. I don't have that pressure. Oh, what if? I'm just excited to see where I stand, and we've had a great camp. So 2 more days and it's almost here.
I watched an interview with you talking about your camp, but it sounds like you have certainly put in the work, more rounds in training, more punches per round. Is that about right? Is that the sort of camp it's been?
That is true. We've had that camp, but also too, we've had different types of styles, because with Nick, you can't just have one style. You gotta have a style, then you have to have the backup style, and then you gotta kind of convert the both of them. So it's a little bit of both, It's not just one style that you have to go into a fight. It's a variety of styles, but in order for you to go into a fight, especially a fight against Nick Ball, you have to be in the best tip-top to shape of your life, which we've gotten into.
I also heard, Ronny, I heard you speaking about this fight and what this means to you. And you talked about how actually this is also an opportunity to show your kids that you put your mind to it, you can do it. Yeah. So there's a lot heading into this for you, right?
I mean, there is, but there's not. At the end of the day, I just want to see where I rank amongst the best. And like I said, Nick Ball is one of the best. He's not a champion for a reason. So I want to see where I stand. Everything else is going to come secondary, to be honest with you.
Well, let's speak to one of the best, and I think many in this room will have him down as the best right now. Nick Ball, you used to watch shows at the M&S Bank Arena, formerly Echo Arena, as a kid. You'd watch on thinking one day that will be me. Well, that one day is coming up 2 days away now. You're headlining in Liverpool. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, that's it, Dev. Just glad to be back more than anything, fighting in my home city. You know, this is where it all started, and feels good to be fighting here as a world champion. So, yeah, and thanks for everyone coming out and, you know, buying tickets, coming to support me, and thanks to Frank for putting it on, and George and everyone at Team Queensberry, yeah, and my old team.
Feels like you've got the support of Liverpool. I mentioned already you were at the game last night. You got Liverpool posting about you on their Instagram. You're doing interviews with them. It feels like the city are getting behind you, Nick.
Yeah, that's how it should be, and that's what it is. You know, we get behind our own. If you see someone doing well and putting the hard work in, it pays off.
Your camp, your training, any adjustments for what Ronny Rios brings, or same old?
Same old, yeah. Always working hard in the gym, listening, staying focused, yeah, with the same people around me, and it all pays off come fight night.
But there's a bit of a change, because you were the hunter. Now you've become the hunted. You are the man with the target on your back. What does that do for you mentally heading into this fight?
Just that's what it is, isn't it? There's loads of fighters out there to become. You want to become world champion, and that shows the proper fighters. So I was like that coming up, and now I've done it. I've got to keep the same mentality, keep working hard, not taking the foot off the gas, and keep going.
And the title has finally arrived. Took a little while, but that is the official WBA world title in front of you. Does that make it feel more real, Nick?
Yeah, it is more real than it sitting here. It's a few days away now, so it's exciting more than anything now.
Any nerves?
Not yet, no. Probably on the night, but, you know, the nerves bring the best out of you, so, yeah.
Ronny, let me bring you in here. You have had, I believe, 17 more fights than Nick Ball. You are the older man heading into this. How do you make your experience a factor on Saturday?
It's a good question, because I know he's going to be in shape. So, you know, you just got to, there's a few ways around it. But, I mean, we got into the best tip top shape we could. So, I think that's one of the things that is going to play different in this fight.
And when you're faced with a wrecking ball, I guess you either try and move out of the way of the wrecking ball so it doesn't hit you, or you face it head on and you try and push the wrecking ball back. What are you going to do?
Go forward. Run forward towards it.
Nick, that sounds like a great fight, but also maybe not the best idea to push back against a wrecking ball. What do you think?
Yeah, he thinks he's going to get in there and push me back. You know, he'll find out that's not going to happen, yeah. You know, might sound good saying it. You can think it, you know, in front of the cameras, doing these talks and that, but once you get in the ring, it's a different story, so good luck.
What makes you so hard to beat, Nick?
Just how hard it's saying, you know, my mindset, yeah, how I carry myself.
Ronny, when we look at Nick Ball here, he looks like a fighter with good chin, good power, good pressure, good work rate. He looks very difficult to beat. He hasn't been beat. Am I missing something here? Or are you seeing something that I'm not? He looks like he doesn't really have a lot of chinks in the armor. You tell me.
I mean, I've seen a lot of tape. You always see stuff, you know, some people just haven't capitalized on it. So, you know, I wouldn't have taken this fight if I didn't see anything. I'm not just going to take a fight just for the money. That's not my style, and that's never been my style, and it never will be. So that's why we're here.
Do you think you need to get his respect early in this fight?
I got to do whatever I got to do to win. That's it. You know, if I have to get his respect, it's not, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm here to win.
Nick, have you watched any tape or just left it all to Paul?
Yeah, I haven't watched none. I don't really watch too much of my opponents, yeah. I let Paul and Ant do that, so they've probably done that and worked on the best version of me, and that's what we'll be doing on the night.
Ronny, that was something we mentioned when we did the Locked In, how Nick doesn't really watch any tape, but you will watch tape. You have watched some tape of Nick Ball, and you put it down to maybe inexperience on Nick's part. Tell us more about that.
I never said inexperience. I just said he probably just doesn't like watching tape, which I never used to like watching tape early on. And like I said, it comes with experience. I never used to like watching tape until you obviously see something different in your opponents than your coaches did. But it's called experience, and like you said, we'll see on Saturday.
What do you think people will be saying about Ronny Rios at the final bell on Saturday night?
And you.
Nick, final word to you, champ. When it's all said and done on Saturday night, how's this fight going to play out?
Just again, all action from me. As always, people have paid hard money for the tickets to come and watch me in Liverpool. So it means a lot to me, yeah. Everyone getting behind me and supporting me, and it's going to be a special night. You've seen it on the card before, loads of special fighters on that. So they're in for a good night, and it's going to be all action again.
Best of luck to you both, two gentlemen of the sport. World Championship Boxing, the WBA World Featherweight Championship on the line Saturday night right here in Liverpool. Live on TNT Sports from 7 o'clock and the Queensberry YouTube channel from 4 o'clock. Stick around. We're going to do a face-off and have a chat over there. Thank you.